And a promising looking shot here. From 140 yards out. And this shot's looking pretty good. And this is for birdie. And finishing the hole with a solid putt. Now let's see what this third hole has in store. Going with the 8-iron. And this is going right towards the hazard. Five feet to go here. And that drops for bogey. All right, here's the fourth hole. Well, this one's looking like it's finding the fairway. Okay, about 140 yards to go. Well, the shot looks a bit off. That's just poor luck on that approach. I'm not sure, but I think the wind might have had something to do with that. And this is to save par. Finishing this hole with a solid putt. Okay, let's see what the fifth has in store for us. Well, this one's looking like it's in the fairway. And about 140 yards to go. Going with the 9-iron. Well, this is definitely heading towards the green. 23 feet to go. Ooh, inches away. And this putt is for par. And that one will drop. And now teeing off on the par 5. And this shot's looking promising. Pretty sure he's going to like that one. And this putt is for birdie. Oh, and just doesn't want to drop. This one's about 2 feet from the cup. And that one will drop for par. Now teeing off on this par 4. And he's probably not too happy about that. Well, this one looks like it's heading to the rough. And to save par. Oh my goodness. This one's about 10 feet from the cup. Oh my goodness, just missed. And this for the double bogey. And the 8th hole is next. And here's the 6 iron. This one's looking good. And that approach is on the green. Quite a long putt ahead. For the birdie. And on to the 9th hole. And I don't think that was the cleanest of swings. Yeah, I think you'll like that. 14 feet away. Oh. And this one's for par. And a nice putt. Okay, and the 10th hole. And nothing wrong with that shot. This one's a toss-up. Let's see where this one will land. And let's see how this goes out of the sand trap. And about 4 feet from the cup. And that one goes in for the bird. And moving on to the 11th hole. And he won't be too pleased with that. Yeah, this one's not looking too good. Now, this one's still in the rough, but it was hit out of some really deep rough into some not so deep rough. Five feet to go here. And finishing the hole with a solid putt. The next hole we have before us is a par 3. Let's see what happens. Nothing wrong with that. Ooh, it looked close, but just didn't go. And this to save par. Nice little putt. And now the 13th hole. He's going right through the brush on this one. I can't see him being too happy about that one. That lie is going to be much easier than the last one. And about 175 yards away here. Looks like a 7-iron. And this one's looking pretty good. And this putt's for birdie. Ooh, that looked good. And about 10 feet to go here. Ooh. And this one is for the bogey. Okay, and now let's take a peek and see what's happening on the leaderboard. And setting up now on the 14th tee. I'm not sure he connected cleanly with that one. And it looks like it's going into the deep stuff. And about 18 feet to the cup. Ooh, just missing here. And this putt's about a 2-footer here. Next up is a par 4, folks. Yeah, I think this one's going to find the fairway. And this putt's for birdie. And finishing this one with a good putt. And setting up on the 16th tee. I think that's the hybrid. And that one's going to miss the green. Too much club on that, I think. And to save the par. Ooh, that was very close. And this one's for the bogey. And now setting up for the par 4. That shot sounded a little off. Well, at least this lie will be better than the last. Okay, and from 125 yards out. And this one's definitely heading towards the green. And that approach is on the green, but quite lengthy putt ahead. Ooh, and that was very, very close. This putt's about 5 feet from the cup. And that'll be for the bogey. Teeing up for the final hole of the round. And that didn't sound like the cleanest of contact. Very well played golf shot. Hitting this par 5 and 2, it's going to set up some serious possibilities. Ooh, that one's that's too bad. This putt's looking to be about 2 feet. And that one will go for birdie. Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John McCarthy. So glad you could join us for this event here on the TGC Network. And today is our second round of the event. Let's get down to the tee. We'll see what goes down. And I'm not quite sure where this one's going to end up. Whoa! Right into the cup. Very, very nicely done. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. Something seemed off with his swing on that, and he's ended up in the water here, unfortunately. And now he's on the green, out of the bunker. This putt's right around a 9-footer. And that drops for bogey. And now the third hole tee off. And sensing something was off on that swing. And unfortunately, he has ended up in the water. This one's about 7 feet away. Solid putt. And now the fourth hole. And something sounded off with that swing. And this is never good, heading straight towards that water. And I'm hearing this one is very deep in the rough. And about 8 feet to the cup. Oh, I thought that one was gonna be in. And this putt is for double bogey. here we are on the 5th. And he's probably not too happy about that one. And he's setting this one up deep in the rough. Well, this is a close one. It could end up in the fairway. That shot is still in the rough. And about 14 feet away here. And just missing. And this putt is for bogey. And moving on to the 6th here. I think we'll find some fairway here. And I don't think he really had a clean swing on that one. Oh, and he's going through the branches here. And this putt to save par. And finishing this hole out with a solid putt. And let's see what the 7th hole has in store today. This one's going in the bunker. Yeah, it didn't look like you had clean contact on that one. Looking like 9 feet to the cup. Ooh, that would have been good. And this for the bogey. And a good putt. And next on the plate is the 8th hole. And going with the 7-iron on this one. Well, it's not on the top of the list of best approach shots today. And that is unfortunately the trend for him today. He can't seem to hit those greens. And about 5 feet to go here. Ooh. That was very close. And this one for the double. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard. Okay, and on to the 9th. Well, so far so good for this one. Okay, about 165 yards to the pin. Looks like a 7-iron. And there could be some extra strokes ahead here, folks. Ooh, and that was very close. It just didn't drop. And they're about 3 feet away here. And let's see what the 10th has in store. I think he's going to like that. And about 220 yards away. And this is a 4-iron. And some unfortunate luck there on that approach shot. And that's unfortunately been the trend for him today. He hasn't been able to get that green in regulation percentage up that high. And this putt is for birdie. Ooh, and just inches away. And that putt will go for par. Okay, now moving on to the 11th. I'm not sure he connected cleanly with that one. And it looks like he's going through the branches here on this one. Looks like this is bound for some rough. Well, this one's still in the rough, but it's a bit more favorable of a lie than that last one. And this to save par. Oh my gracious, that was close. And about 5 feet to go here. And this putt for double bogey. And a decent putt. And moving along now on the 12th hole. This one's looking pretty good. Well, this one's still quite far away, but it is definitely on the green. Ooh, I thought that was going to go. And this one's for par. And that putt drops. All right, let's see what happens on the 13th hole here. And unfortunately, he's ended up in the water here. Looks like he's going through the branches here. That was tough hitting out of that lie. Still in the rough, though. This shot looks bound for the beach, folks. Well, I think this is heading to the rough. And that shot didn't even leave the bunker. And with that, he will be out of the sand and onto the green. And that putt will drop. And setting up now on the 14th hole. And it sounded powerful off the club face. This is going for days. And from 160 yards out. And going with the 7-iron on this one. And he will like that. About 13 feet away. And this shot could be just right for the bird. And setting up now on the 15th tee. And this putt's for birdie. And the putt will drop. And teeing off on this par 3. And this shot he's taken through the branches. And about 7 feet to go here. And that putt will drop for par. And let's see what the 17th has in store. Oh, this one's looking pretty good. And unfortunately, that one actually ended up in the rough. Oh, I'm not too sure about this one. And to save par. Oh, and I thought that was going to go. And this one's about 4 feet from the cup. And that'll be for bogey. And moving on to the 18th hole. I don't think he'll be too pleased with that shot. And I've been hearing this next shot is deep in the rough, folks. And this is going to be nice and easy compared to that last shot. About 160 yards to the pin here. Going with the 9-iron here. This one's looking good, folks. Well, I apologize, folks. I did not see that going into the rough. And about 5 feet from the cup. And that putt drops on in for par. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to you. My name is John McCarthy, and I am oh so glad that you chose to join us for today's event here on the TGC Network. Our third round action is about to begin. Let's get down to that first tee and see how this unfolds. And about 170 yards to the pin. Looks like a 7-iron. I think we're bunker bound here, folks. Well, that approach shot's not going to be on anyone's highlight reel, I don't think. And I would wager the wind has something to do with that. And this to save the par. And this one for bogey. Oh, my lands, that was very close. And this putt's right around 2 feet. And teeing off on this next hole. Wind could be an issue on this one. And, well, I guess we're about to find out. And he's taking this one through some branches. And from 150 yards out. Looking good. And this one's for birdie. This one's about 6 feet away. Oh my goodness, that was close. And this putt is for the bogey. And now setting up on this par 3. And the 6-iron is proving to be a bit long here. This one's about 2 feet from the cup. And that putt's gonna drop for par. now setting up for the par 4 tee off. From 130 yards. Here is the pitching wedge. And pretty sure he's going to like that. And about 4 feet from the cup. And the par putt drops. Okay, let's see what the 5th has in store today. And I'm gonna guess he's not that happy about that shot. And that nice little sand shot is going to set them up nicely for par. And the par putt will drop. And now we find ourselves on the 6th hole tee off. It appears to be heading for the fairway here. And it's a little hard for me to see everything here today, folks. That one actually ended up in the rough. Well, this one could be either way, folks. I'm not sure if it's going to be safe or not. This one looks about 4 feet. And that one will drop for birdie. And teeing off on this par 4. I can't see him being very happy about that. Now let's see how this goes out of the fairway bunker. And this putt could save par. Ooh, and just inches away from greatness. And this for the bogey. And it's time to take a peek at the leaderboard. Now the 8th hole. Going with the 4 iron here. And this one's heading towards the green. This is looking like 17 feet from here. Oh, that was close. And for the par. And now the 9th hole. Well, I think this one's going to find short grass. Yeah, about 110 yards to the pin from here. This could be good. It's heading for the green here. And this putt is for birdie. Oh my goodness, close, very close, but no cigar. 5 feet to go here. And that one will drop for par. And on to the 10th hole here. And he can't be pleased with himself after that one. Oh, this lie will be easier than the last. And about $1.15 to the pin from here. And no good. And he may have overshot the green on this one. I think the 8-iron was a bit too much club on this one. This one's about 9 feet away. And hopefully this one goes for the triple. And now the 11th hole. Well, he's probably not too pleased about that. Looks like this one's heading for trouble. And this one's ended up in the rough, but it was hit from some much gnarlier rough. And this putt is essential to save par. And that one will drop. And now getting ready to tee off on this par 3. This is heading towards the green. And he's on the green. Putter's coming out. And about 9 feet to go here. For the birdie. And time for the 13th here. Well, still in the rough after that one. Look out, it's gonna get sandy. And 13 feet to go here. Oh, that's bad luck there. And this putt is for the double bogey. And now let's take a look at the leaderboard. And now teeing off on this par 4. And some poor luck there. He's probably not too happy about that one. And it is looking like this next shot is deep into that rough. And this is not going to be enjoyable. And with that, he's out of the bunker. He's going to be putting 5 feet to go here. And that putt drops for bogey. And moving on to the 15th hole. And folks, this shot coming out of the rough. I think he'll like that. This putt's for birdie. And a nice putt there. And now setting up on the 16th tee. Well, that was unfortunate. This putt's about 5 feet from the cup. And that one drops for par. And number 17. It's looking like it's heading into the fairway. And about 155 yards out. And going with the 7-iron on this one. And I think he's overshot the green here, ladies and gentlemen. Well, that's no good as far as approaches go. Bit too much club on that. And to save par. And that one will drop. Teeing it up here on the 18th. I think this is going towards the rough here, folks. "15 feet away here. Ooh, and it just doesn't drop. And this putt's for par. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John McCarthy, and I'm giving you all of the welcomes for joining us today here at this event, brought to you by the TGC Network. We are starting with a par 4 first hole. Let's pick up on the action down at the tee. I think this one might be in the rough. This one's a 9-footer. And that one will drop. And now let's see what the second hole has in store. And he's probably going to like that. From 120 yards out. This is going towards the green here. And this for the birdie. Oh, and wouldn't that have been nice? Just didn't drop. And the par putt will drop. And now let us see what the third hole has in store. And here's an 8-iron. And this is going towards the water hazard. from 20 feet. Oh, that was so close. And about 5 feet to go here. And that one's right in the cup. And next up is a par 4, folks. And it's looking like this is bound for the short stuff. From about $150. Going with the 8-iron here and heading for the green. And about 5 feet to go here. And that putt will drop for birdie. Okay, and here is the 5th hole. Oh, this is a tough call. Could be rough, could be fairway. And let's see if he re-hits or takes the drop. He's definitely in the water, though, from 115 yards out. This one's heading for the green. Just missing here. This one's right around 8 feet. And that will be for bogey. And moving on to the 6th. And nicely done, looking like we'll have some fairway here. And from here, it's about 240 yards to the pin. 3-wood in action here. And that's not what they wanted on their approach. And this for the birdie. And a decent little putt there. And now setting up for the par 4. And he's taking this through some brush here. And I am pretty sure he's going to like that. And now let's take a look at that leaderboard. And now setting up on the par 3. It looks like a 7-iron. And I don't think that was the cleanest of swings. And that's not very good as far as approach shots go. And about 5 feet from the cup. And that one will drop for bogey. And on to the 9th hole. That's too bad. He's ended up in the water here. And about 170 yards out. And that didn't sound like the cleanest of contact. I think this one's going bunker, guaranteed. And he's out of the sand. 11 feet to the cup. Ooh, unfortunate. This putt's about a 2-footer. And next up we have a par 5 hole. And this is looking fairway bound. And about 225 to go. Going with the hybrid here. Well, that shot's looking not too good. And on this shot, he's ended up in the water. He's going to have to re-hit or take a drop. And if this putt drops, they can save par. Oh goodness, that was almost in. This looks like around a 4-footer, I'd say. And that one drops for the bogey. And now setting up for the next par 4 hole. And he's going through the branches here, folks. And he can't be very pleased with himself after that. And nothing wrong with that shot. 25 feet from the cup. And this shot could be the one, folks. And for the par. And just about to tee off on this par 3. And not the best approach shot. Unfortunately, not enough club on that one. And a shot like that is putting par back on the table for this hole. Nicely done. Ooh, and that was very close. This putt's about 3 feet away. And now the 13th hole. Well, I'm pretty sure this is going to land in the fairway here. He's got to be pleased with that. And this for the birdie. so close. And that one drops for par. And now setting up for the par 4 tee off. And he's probably not too happy about that. Now this shot coming out of the rough. And oh my, this is going towards the sand. And now from the greenside bunker. And that's just a beauty shot out of the sand. And I think par is next. Oh, and it just didn't drop. And this putt is for bogey. And teeing off on this par 4. This one's looking pretty good so far. But in actual fact, it ended up in the rough. And this is about a 4-footer. And that one's going to go for par. And now setting up on this par 3. I think that's the 4-iron. And this one's looking pretty good. And now he's going to be digging that putter out. 5 feet to go here. And that'll drop for birdie. Okay, and moving on to the 17th now. Okay, this one's looking pretty good. From 125 yards out. Taking a shot with the pitching wedge. I think this might be a bit long. All right, and he's on. And this one's for birdie. Ooh, almost. This putt's about 3 feet away. And that putt drops for par. And now, teeing up for the final hole of the round. And this shot's looking promising. And from about 250 yards out. Fantastic work on this par 5, hitting the green in 2. And this next putt for a 76 on the final round. Oh, that was very close. And this one's for birdie. And a nice putt.